Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human Podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. Hello everyone, it's April 14th. This reflection is titled Take Your Medicine, and it was inspired by a quote from Rachel Carson's book, The Sense of Wonder. It is late here for me to be recording, 8:51 p.m. I usually record earlier in the day, so I'm not going to be talking as loud. I don't know if it's noticeable to you, but to me maybe it is. My office is dark. Night has fallen, the stars are out, and I don't want to wake anyone up. Namely, my kid, because that would not be good. All right. Rachel Carson was an American marine biologist, writer, and conservationist. She is credited through her work and writing, her sea trilogy, The Sea Around Us, The Edge of the Sea, and Under the Sea Wind, as well as her book Silent Spring, which exposed the dangers of indiscriminate pesticide use, particularly DDT, with launching and advancing the modern environmental movement. So she did some amazing work in her life, and we need more Rachel Carsons in the world. She was born in 1907 and died at the age of 56 in 1964. Truly inspiring, and her work is wonderful. This book, The Sense of Wonder, what a book it is. I have a nice giant hardcover copy, and it's filled with her beautiful writing and these absolutely stunning photographs of nature by Nick Kelsch. It really is a breathtaking book. The photos are magnificent. You can just stare at them. The book focuses largely on sharing one's love for nature or introducing children to the marvels of nature, really emphasizing the importance of the need for a child to have an adult who can share in it with them. Quickly, here's the blurb from the back of the book to give you an idea. And this is just a quote from the book, actually. If a child is to keep alive his inborn sense of wonder, he needs the companionship of at least one adult who can share it, rediscovering with him the joy, excitement, and mystery of the world we live in. Okay, so definitely grab this book if you ever come across it, or you can probably order a pretty cheap used copy online. All right, here is the quote that inspired today's reflection. Those who dwell as scientists or laymen among the beauties and mysteries of the earth are never alone or weary of life. Whatever the vexations or concerns of their personal lives, their thoughts can find paths that lead to inner contentment and to renewed excitement in living. Those who contemplate the beauty of the earth find reserves of strength that will endure as long as life lasts. There is symbolic as well as actual beauty in the migration of the birds, the ebb and flow of the tides, the folded bud ready for spring. There is something infinitely healing in the repeated refrains of nature, the assurance that dawn comes after night and spring after the winter. Beautiful quote, that. All right, here's my reflection. There is a red Japanese maple on the front lawn outside my office window. Just this morning, I shifted the bird feeder from the back of the tree to the front, so I can get a better view of the birds. We get a lot of cardinals, mockingbirds, mourning doves, blue jays, sparrows, and robins, though the robins and mockingbirds spend more time on the ground looking for insects, I've noticed. As the day wears on and the work tasks pile up, the personal to-do list continues to get pushed back, and the onslaught of awful headlines grows by the hour. There is a sense of weariness that falls on me. It's like a pressure building in a tea kettle. But before it blows, my body seems to know it's time to look away from the screens and out the window at the tree. The wind blows, and the thin branches with crimson wide, 7-point leaves sway gentle back and forth, resembling kelp moving with the current. And with that, it's time to step outside. I check the seedlings. About half have died from the surprise frost from the other night, but the ones that lived through it are tough, and I think will grow strong and sure. I give them a bit of water before making my rounds to fill the bird feeders, where up to 8 scattered around the yard. I step to the edge of the creek and look down. Shallow today, and it seems to be carving a new shape into the banks, about 10 feet from the top where I stand to the bottom. But the water is clear, and I saw little fish swimming around in it the other day. I checked the blueberries, and most of the little white bell-shaped flowers are gone. Some still fall like little flurries of snow, and I'm excited at the prospect that each one will become a warm and plump little blueberry in a few months' time that I'll pick with my daughter. And that's all it takes. 10, maybe 15 minutes outside spent with nature, and I've washed the dirt from my mind and soul and replaced it with soil on my fingertips. It feels like this is where I'm meant to be, not boxed in by walls and surrounded by screens. Although I am grateful for my situation, and I love that I'm able to write. It's just that there is nothing better than the rejuvenating and healing spirit of nature. And I hope that you have time to find pockets of nature in your day as well. There ends today's reflection. Now, I wrote this a year ago, and as I was recording, I was thinking how cyclical it all really is. That's the ebb and flow, right, that Rachel Carson was talking about, the repeated refrains of nature. I did pretty much everything that I did a year ago today. I was looking at the blueberries. I was looking at the creek, the little fish in it. Luckily, this time, I did not get overzealous in planting my seedlings. I've waited. I'm pretty confident we are past the last frost now, so they'll be going in the ground probably tomorrow. But I still was out there checking the seedlings. I spent a lot of time in the garden today, actually. Almost all day. But I was doing most of the same things, and I don't know, there is something comforting and infinitely healing in the cyclical nature of it all. Absolutely. All right. And now it's time for your reflection question. So in your journal, napkin, or while you are driving, walking, looking out the window, consider the following. When did I last turn to nature for rejuvenation? Can I set a goal to spend time in nature, even one day a week with no phone and no distractions? All right, I hope you are able to do that. That's it for today, April 14th. I'll be back tomorrow, April 15th, with another reflection. Have a good one and take care.